Okay, so like I said, I'm going to be talking about the Derek Fisher point four and what Robert Horry had to say and weigh in on the situation. Uh, a lot to talk about in this video. I don't want to make it too long of a video, but like I said, I wanted to break down the Derek Fisher shot. And unfortunately, right now, I cannot find the information that I'm looking for, okay, for this semifinal, okay, because the Lakers did advance and end up going to the finals and losing to the Detroit Pistons, okay, in 2004. A lot of connections um, with this game, okay, and it makes me even wonder if these players, like for instance Robert Horry, what he said yesterday, it makes me even wonder if these players are actually saying these things, just because of all the connections that are going on. Okay, but first I want to mention about, getting this information that I want about the odds. I'm sure it's out there, but if I can't find it, I might have to go to Sports Insights, and I'm not promoting the site, okay? I'm not suggesting you use this site. I used to use this site back in the day, okay, when I first started gambling, when I first started sports betting, and then I got a lot smarter. You do not need Sports Insights, okay? I'm telling you right now, you do not need this website. This is just a good source, okay? And basically, it gives you all the data, about past, sporting events. So if I can't find the odds, I will go on the site, and get the odds from this site, because this site was founded in 1999, so they will have the odds on this in their database, okay? So I'm not suggesting anybody go out and get this site, okay, because they charge. I used to do this back in the day, so I'm giving you advice. You do not need this site. You just need your intuition. You just need your intuition and your mind, and you could figure out how to sports bet. I was using this site back in the day before I learned all the things that I know now, okay? So the only thing you need about this site is the database, and that helps when you can't find odds online from past events, okay? That's all it is for. But as far as the percentages, you can get free percentages everywhere else online, and then you just got to kind of use your common sense, like I've been explaining in my previous videos. Okay, so now that I've got that out of the way, um, the Lakers that year were the favorite, okay? And Detroit was, I believe, 7-1 in that finals, okay? But before that, the Lakers had to play the Spurs in the semis, okay? So as we know, Derek Fisher hit the point four, and what I thought was interesting to note in this one was there's so many connections, like I mentioned. He hit the shot with point four, okay? Um, it was done in 2004 on May 13th, 2004, okay? It's been 13 years since this has happened, so it's been over a decade. So many connections there, and that's why it brings me to my point. Like, are these players, like for instance Robert Horry, are these players even really saying these statements? Because it's been 13 years since this has happened, and he just comes out and says it out of nowhere, like today. So I'm gonna show you this article real quick and what he says. Okay, why Robert Horry blames Gregg Popovich for Derek Fisher's infamous Spurs killing shot. So he said, he came out and said that if Popovich would have structured the players a different way, Derek Fisher would have never made the shot. Okay, so I mean, you can't really come out and say that, and I don't know if I want to believe that. But see, the funny part, what he says is, the funny part is, if I'd have did what I wanted to do, we would have won that game. So Popovich doesn't like Kobe. So basically, he's saying that Popovich wanted to guard Kobe, but Robert Horry didn't want to do that. He wanted Kobe to be left alone, because not left alone, but because he would have been throwing the ball outside of that 3-point arc. Okay, so that would have drifted him away from the basket. So the chance of him making the shot is um, a lot less than what Derek Fisher would have had, because Derek Fisher made a jump shot, and he just threw it. He basically just caught and shot it, but it was, in front of the 3-point arc. Okay, so it was a lot closer. So I mean, there's really no way of determining or not whether Kobe would have made it or Derek Fisher would have made it. But he's basically saying that he told Popovich what to do in that situation, and then after it happened, he looked at Popovich and basically was saying, "I told you so. Like, we should have done it my way." So just a very interesting article. You can go ahead and take a look at this. Everybody remembers this shot. Okay, this was the shot when it was point four, and then all the players, after he made the shot, they ran to the locker room. Okay, uh, big shot, and it will be forever remembered in Lakers history. Okay, the Derek Fisher point four shot. Okay, so you can go ahead and take a look at this article. And if I do come across the odds for this 2004 matchup, this series, I will put it down in the description. So keep an eye on for that. I will put it down in the description of the breakdown of this series. So I'll be back with another video. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks for sharing my videos, and I'll see you then.